Hello there, everyone. I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here with my tarot tip number 18, Love and the Tarot Suits. This is part 1. I've often wished that tarot, as well as other metaphysical studies, was taught to children in school. If young people learned about this tip early in life, as adults, they'd all get along with one another a whole lot better, and their relationships would be filled with understanding instead of with conflict. Earlier in this series of tarot tips, I explained that each of the 4 suits of the tarot relates to a different element. To remind you, the suit of wands relates to fire, pentacles to earth, swords to air, and cups to water. In my earlier tip, I gave insight into how each suit in the cards brought a different feeling to the reading because each element has distinctly different characteristics. Here's a quick synopsis. Wands, or fire, is physical and action-oriented. Pentacles, which is earth, is materialistic but often spiritual too. Swords, which is air, is social and intellectual. And cups, which is water, is emotional and intuitive. Those differences in how the suits of the tarot relate extend to all of the court. Those are the people cards in the deck. Understanding that your partner, for example, who may be a cup water person, will also relate emotionally and intuitively to whatever's going on in life will be a great help to you in understanding them, especially if you're, for example, a swords air person who processes everything mentally and has to talk about whatever's going on for days. By the time you're done looking at a situation from every possible point of view, your cups partner will have fully processed what they need to from the situation, and they will have moved on to more interesting things, being bored by your conversation. If they also understand your need to think things through, to deliberate and discuss them, they will have a lot more patience with you. Likewise, if your mate or partner is a wands or fire person, you will get along a lot better with them if you understand their constant need to be moving and to take action that sometimes gets them into interesting situations when their actions are taken without forethought, getting them into trouble. If you're involved with a wands person, you can definitely expect a little turmoil in your life and a lot of thrills. You'll learn to go with the flow and find the excitement that they move through life with exhilarating as they do. Meanwhile, if they understand that you, as for example, a cups person, that's a water person, become emotionally involved with everything and everyone you experience, they will know that they need to give you plenty of time off from that never-ending track, that racetrack of life, to get rebalanced and become emotionally whole again. And what about the pentacles or earth people? Well, those people are the most practical. They tend to focus on the down-to-earth issues of daily living. If you're a wands person yourself, you may find partnering with a pentacle person is a bit like wearing a ball and chain on your ankle, because their earthiness and practicality can definitely get in the way of your thrill ride through life. The best way to resolve those issues would be to take turns. For every thrill ride your partner takes with you, you'll need to give back time to hang around the house and help or watch them work on a project. Likewise, if you're a swords person whose life is filled with thinking, talking, planning, and social gatherings, partnering with a pentacles person might be boring to you, as when you want to talk and plan, they want to be outside gardening or repairing the back fence and take great joy in that. In fact, they may do everything humanly possible to avoid those social gatherings that you love so much. Most of us are a blend of the 4 elements, with the characteristics of 1 or 2 of the suits dominating our personalities depending on the situation. So when you read the cards, you're going to see the people in your client's life in the light of the suit or element that's most dominant in their nature while they're dealing with your client. That's the part of them that's being drawn from them by the current situation in your client's life. This understanding that people are actually acting the way they're supposed to act, according to their own nature, will help to make everything so much easier to understand. According to their own nature is what counts. It's going to help you to make not only a good tarot reader, but an excellent advisor as well. An advisor who's able to give deep insight into your client's relationships and life situations that involve other people in their life. Many times, understanding is all that's needed for you to work through a problem. If you also know a little astrology, the 3 fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, are represented by wands. The 3 earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, are represented by pentacles. The 3 air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, are represented by swords. And the 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are represented by cups. That may give you an additional edge in identifying which cards represent which person in your client's life when you're trying to place them. In my next tip, I'm going to be talking more about how each of the tarot suits shows their love. That's so important. And we'll also talk about what kind of love each tarot suit needs to receive in order to feel loved. This is a really big point that most relationships need to learn and understand in order to be successful. So guess what? You're not just a tarot reader. You're going to become a relationship coach by reading the tarot. How cool is that? I'll see you soon with my next tarot tip, which will be Love and the Tarot Suits Part 2. So long for now. Meanwhile, don't forget, visit me online at www.sandyanastasia.com.